Hello everyone, I am Tacit, and today I'm going to be going over the new Gems of War Mythic of the Grimborn Bloodeye. It is available in the Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest for this week only, and then it'll be in the drop table with everything else. So, I'm going to be doing this video a little bit different than we have in the past. We're still going to be going over this guy. However, of course, he is an insta-kill troop, and he is in the category of a lot of insta-kill troops, and that they are basically useless compared to some of the other options that exist within the game, other than outside the context of maybe a Stormheim or Giant restriction. Because of that, I figured why not show some of the other ones? We've kind of shown them here or there occasionally, but I figured we show two of the other insta-kill teams just as kind of comparison against this. So we're going to be doing this in a little bit of a different order than we normally do, but we'll still be going over everything with the Mythic. With that being said, let's just briefly go over what he actually does first, and then we'll go over the teams for the other ones, and then go for the key opening, and actually go and test this new Mythic. So, why is this and many other Mythics bad? It has two things going against it that make it so it is almost never going to be used, and it's an issue that a lot of troops have, well, the second one more so. The first issue is its insta-kill chance is not guaranteed. You need consistency, and this thing is anything but consistent. It has a base 20% chance to kill the enemy, up to an additional 5% per freeze or bleed on the enemy. Luckily, it does have freeze bleed on its final trait, so it does have that going for it, which is nice. However, even in a maximum perfect scenario, if every single one of your enemies are still alive and not insta-killed yet, or dead by any other means, you will end up having a freeze bleed on all 4 enemies. That will be 10% per enemy, as it does double stack per enemy, the freeze and the bleed, for a total of 40% extra, for a total of 60% in total. This is less than a 2 out of 3 chance. And then the second issue, no follow-up at all. Not only does it have no follow-up when it gets a kill, like some things have, it has no follow-up anywhere at all. In any way. It never has any follow-up on, like, do a bunch of explode, do a bunch of gem spawn, create a bunch of blues, do anything to help elemental or giants, help Stormheim troops. It does absolutely nothing as a follow-up. This is an issue that so many troops have. And you'd think of a troop like this, I would at least put it on kill, because there's quite a few other ones, like, that have, like, a mechanic where, oh, if they get the kill, like, they'll create a bunch of skulls, or, you know, something else, a bunch of gems, anything that's useful. But this has absolutely none at all. No board control, not even, like, any kind of effect. So, unfortunately, this thing is barely going to be used outside the context of Stormheim and Giant. There are some contexts within those, depending on what you have, where you will be able to use it, which is what we end up utilizing for our one team here. But before we go over that one, I do want to go over the two other ones. So, and just go over to any Explorer over here. And let's go show one of the reasons why you generally don't use a lot of the more generic insta-kill teams. And that is because of some of the better ones. We're going to be going over 4 of them across 2 teams. Irongut and Ctharrasque, those 2 insta-kill troops, as well as Centuragon and Zul'Goth, one of which isn't even a Mythic. It is actually only an Epic, though it needs a lot of skull spam to actually function properly to have its insta-kill. But anyways, let's go over both of these and then go back into the Mythic that came out today. So, of course, we have ourselves Hiking Irongut Ctharrasque. You can run either of them, both of them. Irongut, pretty notoriously, pretty good one. He was pretty much the OG insta-kill troop, technically the second one that was of the Mythics. Technically, what was his name? The Great Maul, not the Great Maul. What was his other guy's name? The, gosh, why do I forget his name? The, wow, wow, wait, I remember his name, Merfolk. Why did I forget his name? This was the first one. This was the first proper insta-kill, Megavore. The Megavore was, like, the first of, like, the insta-kill line. But then Irongut came out and basically changed everything. He has a insta-kill, or specifically Devour, based on his attack value. Of course, you might not necessarily have 100. Here we only have 69, nice. However, of course, in other game modes, such as Underworld, you get a lot of additional attack stat. And with that a lot of additional attack stat, you will likely be all the way at 100 or nearly at 100. And even if you're not at 100, let's say we are at 69 or even 50 or 40, even 30, let's say you're like super early game. As soon as you get your Devour, basically what he does is he has a chance to Devour based on his attack value. But once you get that Devour, you take all the attack, as long as you're not entangled or have anything else that has lowered their attack to 0. But as long as they still have their attack value, you will take all their attack value. So if you're Devouring with like a 40 attack, you know, 40% chance, and they have like, you know, 60, 70, 80, 100, whatever attack, you're taking all that attack for yourself and will now have a 100% chance. On top of that, he has an auto extra turn, so you can do him with any mana accumulator in the entire game of preference. Get your mana up, and then go straight into another Devour. Of course, this does assume that everything on the opposing team can be devoured, but that's why you have alternatives. You can use Wand of Stars, Curse, in order to make sure that they can be devoured by getting rid of their immune to Devour. And of course, Ctharrasque, not only having an insta-kill, while also having a ton of gem spawn, one of those gem spawns is a curse gem. So even if you didn't want to run wand or a similar curse option, you could do it off of Ctharrasque's curse gem. A little bit more inconsistent, but it does get the job done as far as cursing out the opposing team, while also having insta-kill to go and speed things up. And the rest of it, of course, is just the mana accumulation of choice. In this case, we're running Wand and a Leprechaun. Wand for the curse backup if we need it, as well as just general mana accumulation. And Leprechaun just to get the team off the ground so that we can do something like this and have our full Wand. And ideally just cast this one Wand and auto-win. So we'll do our Wand, ideally extra turn. We go and devour whatever we feel like it. Of course, we have a 69% chance, but he has auto extra turn, so if he fails, well, we just do it again. So, of course, we just failed there, so we'll just go run it back. And now he has 100% devour rate. Now he will never fail his insta-kill ever again. And you can also put Irongut in first slot in some situations. If you know your Irongut's not going to die, it's actually beneficial to do so, as you'll be able to utilize his attack value. But if you're in a game mode where you need the extra tankiness, make sure to put your hero there, as you have Barrier on Brown with any kind of hero class like this. So you'll be able to go and survive if it's a harder fight. Otherwise, we just go for our insta-kill here. And of course, he has a 100% chance now to devour. And if they had immune to devour, you just simply curse them off of Wand of Stars. Or you could have Ctharrasqued first and then get the curse gem and end up cursing out the enemy with those brown curse gems that are on the board. And there we go. Oh yeah, also the new patch. We haven't actually got over this in the video, but yeah, there was a small little update today, or not today, but on Tuesday. I will be covering that on the weekly video. It didn't really do too much. They basically added event keys for burning chests, as well as a few other visual changes like that, which you just saw right there. Anyways, so yeah, that's one of the standard ones you can run. Really, really strong. Very good at scaling. Also, why would you ever bother using insta-kill teams? They're really good at super high-level range. If you're either a low-level trying to take out high-level content, or a high-level player who's just trying to take out content that goes like absurdly high. Like I'm talking like Underworld and stuff. Normally, whenever I do a video, you know, when we show it for like Underworld, we show like the 20 to 100 team and then the 100 plus. Teams like this are generally good at like the 300 plus, even though I sometimes put them in like the 100 plus range because you can still run them at that range. You can run them at any range, you feel like. They really excel at like that 300 plus, 400 plus. Anytime the enemy's stats are getting so high that even something like a Ctharrasque would fall off, in the sense that it is better to insta-kill them than it is to just rush them with damage. That's when these troops really shine. There aren't too many instances in the game where that is applicable, as far as when they're more viable than something like a you know, like a Ctharrasque or something similar. However, it is still possible. And it's mostly in Underworld, I would say, in the current state of the game. But anyways, let's go now into our other one here. Oh yeah, we also got this guy. He only gets 50 souls if we kill him. I think he's for next week or so. Nothing too relevant on him, though. But anyways, now we have a little bit more of the standard Zul'Goth. He was kind of the one that came in after the whole Irongut craze, as far as teams. Centuragon was an interesting buff to him as well. This came a couple years ago. He has a rather unique ability. There's a 10% chance he'll devour an enemy, which is absurdly low. However, it's plus 10% for every wild card. This on its own would be really bad, because how on earth are you going to get wild cards onto the board? However, there's a 25% chance whenever matching 4 or more gems that you'll get a wild card onto the board. But on top of that, he gets to convert all skulls into 2 times wild cards, which is absolutely huge if you do it with another skull spammer, or have a lot of board clear or skull storm or anything else to kind of go with it. So that's pretty much what we're going to go for here. We're going to do the same premise as before, get our wand going, get everything rolling. And if we have alignment here, we'll probably go for it. Let's see. Do we actually have alignment? No. How's that not extra turn? Gosh, I might still just go for it just because how much mana it is, though. But we'll cycle the board one last time and hopefully have alignment here. Yes, we do. Okay. So now we can go for our Centuragon if we want to and try to get our Devour. We did not get our Devour, but we should have... Did we get any wild cards? No. We ended up consuming them all, except for that one over there. So we'll probably just go for our damage then, get our Zul'Goth down, and try to cycle mana off of our Zul'Goth, which is the main premise here, is we cast our Zul'Goth. We have Slayer, so we're going to be doing a lot of damage. Not only does it gain Enrage whenever you kill an enemy, but it also has triple damage burning, which you get from your Zul'Goth, and it becomes Enrage per extra turn. So you're getting a burn from your Zul'Goth, which ends up killing an enemy, creating 12 skulls, and freezing them as well. But the really important part there is the skulls that insta-kill into the burn. As you're killing one enemy, you're creating a bunch of skulls that are going to kill another enemy. And now, of course, you ended up also triggering your triple damage, because you're now doing triple damage burning, while also doing 1.5 times that for 4.5 times damage, which is enough to one-shot absolutely everything in Explore 12 in the current state of the game. So now, of course, we just mana accumulate off of this. Ideally, if we have anything else, we would go and cast it. Otherwise, we just go straight into Zul'Goth. And I think this is going to be the Zul'Goth angle. So we'll go for that. And, of course, we just double kill. And it's as easy as that. And, yeah, you can do that in any various game mode. And as long as you're not restricted from it, and you can end up getting away with it. Now, let's go to the one that came out today. So this one is not useless. This is not a useless mythic. It's just really bad compared to good insta-kill mythics. So let's go and get him because he's still useful. He'll be used in Stormheim event. He'll be used in a Giant event potentially, especially depending on what you have. If this is like your only mythic in that category, you're definitely going to be utilizing him. So you can get use out of him. There will be some use cases for him. It's very situational, but you will be able to go and get some value from him. But let's go and show him so we can actually go show him in the pure Stormheim Giant team. I'm only going to be showing one team with him instead of 3 like we normally do, just because we were showing the other insta-kill ones. All are in the description below if you want to go and copy paste any of them. And there he is. Hey, we even got 2. That's kind of funny. I don't think you're ever going to need more than 1, but maybe the next Stormheimer Giant event I'll mess around with that and just say just for the fun of it. But of course the team we'll be showing will only be utilizing 1 of these guys. So let's go and grab him real quick. Oh yeah, this is the mythic from the the holiday event thing, or from the 10-year anniversary. Where's the new guy though? There he is. All right, let's go get this guy maxed out. Go get him into his team, and we'll be good to go. So we'll get him fully traded there, fully leveled. Don't think there's anything else we need to do to him unless we want to get him his elite levels. Probably not though. Oh no, where did he go? Come back! I need you. Blood something something. What is your name again? Wait, I thought it was called Blood something something. Apparently not. Let me just go to Stormheim. I know he has a blood spell thing. Stormheim. Where are you? Base rarity, go. Find him, find him, find him. Grimborn. Okay, I knew he had blood in his name. I forgot. Grimborn comes first, though. Alright, let's go and mess with him. So this is a 4 times Giant and a 4 times Stormheim team. It's also a 3 times Elemental, because pretty much everything here is also a Elemental. So a lot of extra stats. If you look at our HP, it is massive. Like, absolutely massive. We have, gosh, what is this number? 100 and, wow. 130 extra HP with 18 defense for 148 extra durability, if I didn't do the math wrong there. Let me double check. Let's do a double check on the math. Let's see. 54, 70, 120. I'm doing this, like, so weirdly. I mean, 130. And then 148. Is that the number I said earlier? I have no clue. But 148 durability. 130 of which is HP. And on top of that, we even have 20 attack. That is so high. Let's see these stats. This is the highest HP location you can ever get, I believe. Due to the plus 60 that it has when you do 4 times Stormheim. So this team is tanky. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any HP boost ratio. Nor attack boost ratio. However, yeah, let's go mess around with this. So this is a 4 times Giant and 4 times Stormheim team. So regardless of your restriction, you'll be able to use it. You can switch out your weapon if it's a 4 times Giant team for something like Wand or such. However, we do have to use a Stormheim weapon if this is like a PvP 4 times Stormheim. So be wary of that. But anyways, let's go test out this team. We'll do it in the same location, I guess. Might as well. Already here. So this is like one of his main use cases, is you would use him on a Ural Fire Giant 4 times Stormheim team, basically. So let's go and see what he can do. This helps us do a lot more damage than we normally would have been able to. All of our excess reds will go directly into him, which is kind of the whole premise here, is we go get our Mass Explode. If our Jarl happens to die, we can resummon with this weapon. We'll resummon a random Giant in the first slot, and then we kind of just do the standard loop that you tend to do with these 2 troops, where you go and hit your burning enemy, try to insta-kill them with your triple damage that you have from this once they're in kill range, which are almost in kill range right now, but basically just bring them into kill range and then kill them out. And as what we're trying to go for, if this team could ever get slightly more mana. Wait, that's kill range, so we'll go for that. Kill them out, get our reds. And, of course, we have our insta-kill right now. Unfortunately, we're not getting too many of our bleed freezes that we need. We need more normal extra turns, and Jarl just does not want to land his extra turns right now. So we'll see if we can go get it. Come on, Jarl, we need those. We need those so he has any chance to insta-kill. Currently, he's only at 30% chance, and we're having to waste a bunch of time setting it up. But we're almost there, come on. And, of course, it gets even less as things die. There we go, we got 20. Honestly, this is about the best it's going to get. Unless we can get the other extra turn there. Doesn't look like it. All right, go. Come on. 40% chance. You got this. Yeah, see? 40% chance. Hits 100% of the time. All right, there we go. Let's go and wipe out the other one. But, of course, now he's down to almost, like, 0% chance. Let's see. What's his actual percent chance once we kill this guy? He'll be at a 30% chance. Can we get it? Let's see. Let's go test his RG. Will he kill at 30%? The non-guarantee insta-kill. Oh, it doesn't hit 100% of the time. But, yeah, it's very inconsistent compared to just using something that can not only insta-kill 100% of the time, or most of the time, but also end up having follow-up on it, either with auto extra turn or with mana accumulation that can extra turn or any other thing. Things like these are just so weak, but, you know, they got the job done. He got an insta-kill. He missed his other insta-kill, but, you know, he did get an insta-kill. That's still really good in game modes where you might not have as much damage. And this location is definitely one of those where your options might be a little bit sketchier depending on what you have. Like when we're talking about a Stormheim restriction, we only really have like 3 angles we can go down as far as a team. Like when you're building Stormheim, a little bit more when you're doing Giant, but in the Stormheim context. If we go down this route, go to base rarity, and we show stuff like this. Like you have a few routes. If you have the Celestial Blue Dragon, you can do that. You have Mistralis route. Of course, you have the Onyx Giant route into Baldur for Skull Spam. You have the Ural into Fire Giant route that we kind of just did, which you also put Hinda in there if you didn't have something like that Mythic. But otherwise, yeah, I just kind of incorporating the Mythic for the insta-kill. Because none of these actually have insta-kill. This has a lot of AoE damage. This has a lot of damage in general with extra turn follow-up and enchant follow-up. This has a billion skull damage, particularly with Baldur. As Baldur scales based on how many blues you have on your team. It just creates also a billion skulls. But none of them have insta-kill. This one has a lot of damage that it tries to do, but is normally not enough to insta-kill. But yeah, this is the only one that kind of has like the insta-kill option. So if you really need that, if you're really upscaling with some kind of situation where you are restricted to Stormheim and or Giant, he might come into play. But beyond that, it doesn't seem like he's going to have too much of a use case. And there are definitely Mythics out there that are a lot more enticing, like Mistralis and Blue Celestial Dragon, which Blue Celestial Dragon alone obviously doesn't help with Giant restriction, but Stormheim restriction specifically is generally going to outpace anything that this guy can do in most teams. But it depends on the overall context of what you're trying to do overall. But yeah, those are the insta-kill teams. All 3 will be in the description. 1 for Giant Stormheim restriction for the actual Mythic, and the other 2 for the actual insta-kill Mythics that exist within the game. Obviously, there's more than what we showed here, and there's also other ways that you could build these beyond just this. But these are some of the more standard ones in the current state of the game, but there's a lot of things you could tweak to it depending on the game mode, depending on what you're trying to do overall with them. But I just figured I'd do a quick rundown, as showing 3 teams with him would not be as helpful, I don't think. As you're really not using him outside of any context that isn't Stormheim or Giant. Maybe Elemental, but honestly, I feel like there's enough Elemental options that you probably have a different route for Elemental. However, doing him with Mirage Queen for Elemental can be a good route as well, if you do want to go down that route due to the 50% mana start. But there's so many other Elemental options that one probably isn't required for that, unless you just lack a lot of the other Elementals within the game. But anyways, guys, that'll wrap it up for now. If you still have any other questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Best of luck if you're going to be trying for the Mythic. It's available all the way until next week's Friday, so basically Thursday reset time, or sorry, Friday reset time, all the way until the end of Thursday next week. So yeah, if you do want to go get him for completionist sake, or just to have the Mythic, or for to help out your Stormheim or Giant restrictions, then do make sure to get him. Otherwise, I would say he's in a pretty skippable Mythic category, as there are plenty of other insta-kill troops that you're going to want to have way before you ever end up obtaining this guy. But anyways, guys, hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Best of luck with everything, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone, and thanks for watching.